Merry Halloween, everybody. This is That Guy's Maniac, the podcast. I am Richie. With me is...
Kanzi Boo Boo.
Gunsy Boo Boo. Okay, I'll be Frank and Richie and Kunzi Boo Boo.
Kanzi Boo Boo.
Spooky. Do you want to do the social thing? We don't really do it anymore.
You can find us at That Guy's a Maniac. All one word. All bony skull. And the website www.thatguys.co.uk. You shouldn't have messed up.
Not Uboo. No.
Not .uboo. No.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we are in our Halloween episode. I hope everybody's feeling spooky and spooktacular and all ghoulish and full of
Chains
and spikes in your head. And,
Spikes in your head.
And gloves with knives.
Zombie blood out your mouth.
Yeah. Etc. Etc.
Zombie blood out your
Pumpkins.
eyes.
Pumpkins.
Pumpkin. That's very close to the safe word. I thought we'd find something.
Your safe word, more like.
Our safe word. Anyway. We have a game to begin every episode.
Let's kick off with our game, which is the character item level game.
Character. Just call it.
Oh, it needs a theme tune. It needs a
Monster. Oh, it does, yeah.
Yeah. Na 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 na. Character item level. Da na 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 na.
Was that an organ at the end?
I was kind of going for a little bit the Danny Elfman, Tim Burton.
No.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, Phantom. Richie, do you have a character item or level for me?
I do, and to save you your first question, it is a level.
A level, interesting. Is it a console? A game you only can play on console?
Not exclusively console.
Okay. This is no.
No.
Okay. I was hanging. It sounded like this.
I'm basically trying to lead you a little bit as well.
Okay. It's not exclusive console. Is this on PC or console? Is it
No.
cold storage from Quake 2?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Also, no. Your assumption was incorrect. And you know what they say about assumptions? They make an ass out of assumptions.
So it's not exclusively console.
But it's not PC either.
Neither. Is it a book? Are we doing charades? Is it a film?
There's another type of gaming format that you can play things on.
What, a LCD screen?
Kind of. What's another word for those?
Liquid crystal?
Oh.
Crystal display?
Right, let's take just a quick break because we need to define some rules here, okay? I don't want to lead you down the wrong path, okay?
Yeah.
And I think your question has pushed me to do such a thing. So I want to...
As a Game & Watch? What? Game & Watch?
Well,
Game Boy?
So yes, handheld would have been the other one I was meaning. So moving from console, handheld, and, so yes, technically as a console, but I was worried you were just going to go down like the SNES route for the rest of the thing.
Okay, so it's not PC.
Hence why I was hanging about saying not exclusively.
Do you know what? Let's just pretend my question was, is it a PC game?
No, it's not a PC game.
Fine, easy. Is it from a racing game?
No.
Name a fucking level from a racing game.
Ghost House 1 from Mario Kart.
Donut Plains 1. Donut Plains 2. Donut Plains 2.
Bowser
Mirror,
Castle.
Bowser Castle. Bowser Castle 2. Is it a RPG? I don't have levels. Is it an RPG?
Yeah, it is an RPG.
What? Still have levels? Is it Azeroth?
No.
Is it Final Fantasy VII World?
No. What is Final Fantasy VII World? It's Earth. It's just Earth, isn't it?
Is it? Is it?
Yeah, because the whole, when you do that summon the comet thing, it goes to Earth.
Yeah, but the map doesn't look anything like Earth, either flooded or deflooded.
Maybe it's like Middle Earth or Outer Earth or something like that.
Okay. Is it Final Fantasy VIII World?
No.
Is it? Okay. Is it? So it's a non-PC RPG. Is it Mario game?
No.
Okay. That rules out like 3 games. It's not Paper Mario or Super Mario RPG. Cool. Good. Useful.
Yeah. No, you've eliminated them. You can strike those bad boys off.
Is it a weather-themed level?
No.
Doesn't have weather? Why, it's indoors?
It's not indoors.
Does it
Weather
have-
is not a
does it have
distinguishing
weather?
feature.
Okay. No weather? Indoors?
No weather. Is it
No.
set in the moon, Richie?
Is it a sound studio? Is it inside?
No.
Is it the ghouls and ghosts level?
No.
it
Of
the-
what?
Ghosts and goblins level
No.
of that game? You know, that's the one level you have in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Is it the ghouls and goblins Barry Burton themed version from Resident Evil Revelations 2?
No. Is that a thing? That's cool.
Yeah, it's hidden on a board, and then you run along as Barry, and when you get hit, you go down to the box that shows
Boxers.
Barry.
Yeah. That's cool.
Listen,
Barry's
I've
a
not
good
got,
Arthur.
I've got no constructive directions here.
I think I'm going to give you one hint.
Please.
What would be our
Yeah.
pretty much go-to
Yeah.
Halloween themey thing?
I'll go to Halloween. Is this a hint?
Yes. It's something that we talk about pretty much in every Halloween podcast, and also just in general.
Oh, is it the Star Wars game with Dash Rendar in it?
No, it's not.
Is it Mortal Kombat?
No. That's a good Halloween one, though, isn't it?
Is it Pokemon?
Yes.
Okay. Is it the ghost house in Eterna Forest?
I think Gen 1. No.
Is it Lavender Tower? Town Tower?
It's Lavender Town.
Yay! Nailed it.
Nailed it. Nailed it in one. That was a tough one because I think it does. Yeah, but we also talked about level being sort of encompassing for like environments and things like that. And I thought, you know what? It's distinguished enough to be a level or
Do you know what?
a section of the game.
Do you know what? That's
For
not the highest number of questions we've had on this game, so fine.
That's cool. Was the highest number me?
I don't know. A
Yeah,
listener,
probably.
a reader, please add it to the TJM wiki. Which character item level took the longest? Anyway, with that spooky business out of the way, we are talking about scary things and fear in video games, but with a
Yup.
twist.
Yes. Not necessarily scary games, but scary things that can happen to games.
Ooh, real life fears around video games.
But before we jump into that, Pokemon Sleep.
Yes.
Currently
Oh
has
yeah,
a
of course.
Halloween-
This
Yeah.
time of year, various games slip into Halloween theme mode.
Yeah.
And we've been playing Pokemon Sleep.
Yeah.
Which has a Halloween themed event. There are pumpkins. They are adding Mimikyu to the game.
There is the Lavender Town theme tune on repeat.
Oh fuck! I completely forgot that. Yes, that is one of the best versions of the Lavender Town theme. If you've got Pokemon Sleep and you're listening to this, turn up the volume, turn on the volume, and turn up the volume. It is a great version of it. Pokemon Masters also has a very good version of it. It's just a good song. I think I have like 12 different remixes of that song because it is a corker.
Yep.
And I've not been doing Sleep very much. Well, I have been doing it. So I've been getting better at doing all the cooking, but just really bad at A, sleeping, and B, recording my sleep.
Well, I've been quite diligent with the whole sleeping thing. Only on rare occasion do I forget to fall asleep. Which, I mean, that's the thing. Is like there's this whole routine around it of before you fall asleep, press the button.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, and I keep meaning to ask you in a non-podcast environment, when you press the button on your Pokemon Go Plus Plus,
Yeah.
do you have to press it several times before Pikachu starts singing?
No, you have to press and hold it.
Yeah?
Yeah, you press and
Mine
hold it.
just sometimes glows red or glows
Bing,
white.
bing, bing, and king. It is a bit sensitive sometimes. So, like, if you don't wake Pikachu up and then, like, take it with you to work and then try and connect to it to have breakfast, if you've not, Pikachu won't still be asleep, but if you've not cancelled the sleep, it will be funny about it.
Yeah, so it's, there's 12 hours is the maximum you can sleep for.
Yeah.
So if you do it after 12 hours, then yeah, it just counts as being awake. And then you can't connect to it whilst it's still in sleep mode. So
Yeah.
you have to wake up. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, there's
yeah,
this
no.
whole thing. Sorry, go on.
I think if it's before your bedtime and you try and do it, sometimes it's tough.
Ah, okay.
It will just keep making like the red light, and then I just leave it for a bit and brush my teeth and come back, and then I can get the Pika, Pika, Pikachu. And you know what? Part of it is, apart from this week, which has been awful, part of it is making me sleep better. I think it's like
Good.
having a little ritual.
No,
I secretly enjoy, not secretly, I unironically enjoy Pikachu's little lullaby. It's like, okay, it's sleep time now.
sleepy time, Pavlovian it all up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I currently don't have my Go Plus Plus. I forgot it, so I am actually using the phone.
Okay. Right, 1,000 degrees under your pillow.
It's fine, actually. I tried it. I remember, when it first came out, and
Yep.
it was just like, "Oh my god, this is ridiculous." But I tried it last night, and it was fine. Because the screen turns off now, and it's.
Has
Sorry,
it given you any recordings? Because that's the
Yes.
benefit over the phone.
Yes.
Can you hear them? Because whenever when I use my phone before I got my Pokemon Go Plus Plus, it would say we've got 3 recordings, and then you'd listen to them and you couldn't hear anything, and then put on your headphones and go into a sound studio, and I still wouldn't be able to really hear anything.
Huh. Well, yeah, no, I heard things. I heard a snore at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Like a proper thing. But yeah, like there were some other recordings before I actually fell asleep of me sneezing. Just like wandering about and blow my nose, you know.
Can you imagine if it said we've got a recording with your sleep? You go, okay, and it's like 4 minutes long. Oh, that's weird. And then you listen to it, and then kind of turn the volume up so you can't really hear anything, and then you can hear like a voice saying like,
yeah. It's very appropriate for this creepy podcast, and I won't be listening to any more of the recordings ever again.
Mummy, the dog's dead. Where's that man's arm? Why is that man wanking?
Right. Okay. Pokemon Sleep. Yes.
Yeah, you said you were getting annoyed with yourself because you're putting together a Halloween themed team.
Well, yeah, no, like, so there's the deal in Pokemon Sleep is that the ghost Pokemon bring back more things. So any ingredients they bring back double. And of course on Greengrass, the likelihood of their main skills going off is double, but there's only like 4 ghost Pokemon in the game. And they're not great. Gengar is top notch. I do not have a good Gengar. I have a Gengar that I leveled up right at the start of the game and it's not got good skills really. But I'm using him and yeah, it's a thing. But there, yeah, you've got Gengar, you've got Bayonet, which I have a whole load of Shuppets, including a shiny one, and I'm like, oh, which one should I use? And I'm become so invested in, right, no, it has to be the best. I was like, alright, this one's absolutely perfect, but its nature, its speed of help is down. It's not very good, is it? I need to get exactly the same Shuppet, but with a different nature. And it, like, I don't know why I'm so invested in thinking this is going to happen, because in my life on Pokemon Sleep, I'm probably going to catch like 10 Shuppets. Not hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And I've just got it in my head that, like, this is how it has to go down. And it bugs me. Because that Shuppet I have is viable. However, I'm just going to forever be thinking, speed of help isn't good. The speed of help isn't good.
Yeah. Would you say it's a fear, Richie?
Yes, it is a fear. It is like, in fact, you know what? It's FOMO. FOMO more than a fear. But I suppose FOMO means fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you not got a good Drifloon?
I have 3 Drifloons, and none of them have any particularly good skills. So just like, But maybe I'll find a Drifloon in time.
Wow, how long is this event? Like 3 days, no? A week?
2 weeks.
Okay, fine.
So it's the week before Halloween and the week after Halloween. And
okay. Well, better get catching them Shuppets.
But of course you get Mimikyu. And the other one that you can get is Skeledirge as well.
Oh, does that flip into Ghost?
Yes.
Because we had a look at this last time.
Yes, so those 3 starters that we got, the Fuecoco, Sprigatini, and what's the other one?
No,
Quaxley.
You've nailed them so far. Sprigatini.
What's his name?
Sprigatito and something, and then Florigato.
Florigato. Oh yeah, no. But no, I was meaning the 3 starters: the fire, grass, and
Sprigatito.
Sprigatito. Sprigatini. Okay, cool. Yeah, Sprigatini sounds like a drink. anyway, those three, they all turn into the other.
Oh, the reverse triangle. Not the
reverse
the,
triangle,
the
yeah. So
reverse triangle. Fighting Ghost and Dark.
yeah, fighting Ghost and Dark. And yeah, so they're quite cool. The only other one that does that is oh god, I forget the pre-evolution. Altaria turns into dragon.
Oh, what does it start off as?
Flying.
Weird.
What's the wee Pokemon's name?
Swablu.
Swablu, thank you. God. I was thinking Swalot, and I was like, no, it's not. That's
Don't. What was I doing? I think I was playing Sleep today, and I'm just like, what should I spend all my stuff on? So I'm just trying to like fill out the Pokedex, even though this game doesn't really have a Pokedex. And so I've got as far as the end of Gen 1. I was like, oh yeah, I need to evolve Bayleaf. I was like, what the fuck does Bayleaf evolve into?
Meganium.
Meganium. But it took me I was like, Chikorita Bayleaf. Chikorita Bayleaf. I could like feel it in my head somewhere. Yeah.
I know that feeling.
Well, you know, there's 1,000 something of them now.
Yep.
It's tricky.
It is tricky. To rock a rhyme.
It's tricky.
Anyway, like, so the team I have currently is one ghost Pokemon, and yeah, just other berries that were. I got a water berry is one of the options. So, yay! I get to have my Vaporeon and my Feraligatr with all of the berries. So,
wait.
Anyway.
Wait. What about Halloween Hat Pikachu?
I do have Halloween Hat Pikachu, and it's really, really good. I don't know. Did you get one last year?
I got a shiny one, my friend.
You got a shiny one. What skills did you get with it?
It's turning into the Pokemon Sleep.
It's like
Sleep podcast.
Well,
let me check.
Because the Christmas hat and the Halloween hat Pokemon I got had amazing skills on it. I was like, all right, okay, so they're just handing them out. Really, really good. What is it? I got on
Charge Strength is the main skill.
Charge Strength.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
For both of them. And then the sub skill is Berry Finding S and Helping Speed S.
Those are both amazing. Berry Finding S is like the highest gains that you can get in the game, because basically every one berry you get, you'll get 2, and if you happen to be a berry Pokemon, you'll get 3, which is just like amazing stuff. And that's like the best return that you can get in the game. Ideally, all of your Pokemon should have Berry Finding S on them. Yes.
There's other skills. The berry's bad though. This week. For me.
Oh, right. What berries have you got?
Leper and Rost, as well as Bluck, which everybody has, I think, because Bluck's the ghost berry, right?
Yeah, Bluck. But Leper is the fire type?
Yeah.
And you've got the Rost.
Rost, yeah.
For Frosties. So that's not terrible. Like the Frosties, you've got Glaceon and what's his face? The Whalmer. Whalmer? It's not Whalmer. Wailord.
Wailord.
Yeah.
No. What? No.
Walrein.
Walrein.
Oh my god. Yeah, I know. But Glaceon is one of my favorite Pokemon because of the skill he has, which is basically increases the pot size.
Oh yeah.
Which is nice. Just so good.
Yeah.
But pointless at the weekend. So it's just like literally Saturday morning comes around and says, right, White, you're gone.
Yeah.
Beat
Take
it.
the weekend off, son.
Yeah. I'd replace you for somebody who brings in more ingredients.
We're playing this game so differently. My team is just basically Halloween hat Pikachu and all my ghost Pokemon, and that's it. Just because it's when people get my sleep data, they're like, ooh, spooky.
That's nice. I think you're playing it right. I am not.
Do you have a spreadsheet, or is it not that bad?
It's not that bad.
Do you use another device to kind of take notes to work out?
No, it's not. It's not that bad.
Which of your shuppets you're going to deign to evolve, because even your shiny one's got bad skills.
Have you used the RP calculator spreadsheet that people use on Reddit? Okay, good. I have, and I was like, I don't get it. I could spend another hour working out how to get it, but I'm not gonna. So I think I'm on the slightly more hardcore side of casual.
But listen, this, I think, particularly the way you seem to be playing it, is Doug's segue nicely into our realistic fears. In that,
yes, let's stop. Yeah, go on.
It's this completely irrational fear, or that means you can't enjoy Halloween week by using a like not perfect Pokemon, even though the chances of you getting a perfect Pokemon for this 2-week event, which we're already 3 days into, is vanishing, right?
Yeah.
But you're going to make yourself sad.
Yep.
because it's not optimal.
No.
Okay.
And people are going to see my teams and they'll just be like, oh, that's a sad team. That's somebody who doesn't like Halloween very much.
Wow, what's this? That's not
spooky.
Yeah, what's spooky about water?
Oh, great. Okay. But my RP level.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. What other fears do you have in games which change the way you play them?
So, thinking about this whole idea of what actually scares you about video games, or basically trying to run them, and it made me think of everything that you talk about and laugh about when it comes to PC gaming.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
So,
oh my god. Yeah, you get so sad at this just the thought of this sometimes.
Yeah. So, like, there are so many things that can happen with PC gaming, and especially in the past, less so. I would say less so nowadays. But like in the past, it used to be like fiddling with downloading some third-party drivers for your graphics card just so that your particular setup can run a game, and you'll spend perhaps days, getting this and finding out in forums exactly how to do this, running certain patches, finding out you need to have like the latest updated version. You're not even playing online. You have to find and download patch 1.11 so that you can actually run the game. And all of these woes just at the point, just after you've put their disc in to start installing the goddamn game, right, okay. And I mean, I am taking it back like a couple of decades, perhaps even 3 decades, to when you had to like install PC games onto a hard disk, and it would take a little while. Very similar to how we do it nowadays, except it's a whole different delivery method. But yeah, you would just spend, an hour or so watching something install, and then finally click that nice, spanky, shiny new icon that appeared on your Windows 98 desktop, just to find it pop up with a window. Doof. Oh, okay. Right. Why did that quit? Hit the forums. Find out who else has this same issue. It's like, oh, make sure you eject the CD and then put the CD back in so that you can run this game. You're like, oh my god. And it's like that sort of voodoo, bullshit. Wave swathes of incense around your PC before running this game,
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
Cast some straws, and if 4 of them overlap, try again tomorrow.
Yeah. Or make sure you don't have 2 control pads plugged in as you're launching it. Only plug the second one in after the game has launched. And it's like, obviously I'm talking about PC games, but that shit exists as well. Like, make sure that the keyboard isn't plugged in and then plug it in afterwards and everything is fine. Like, what is this nonsense?
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Yeah. What is the engineering and science of this doesn't make any sense. So you end up developing these superstitions around what you do because, it does seem to work even though it makes no sense.
Yeah, and like, once you've got a game that's finally up and running and working, it's kind of like going back to the old days of when you were like 12 and you got a brand new game and you would play it to death because you treasured that game. So with a PC, it's like you treasured, I finally got it up and running. I'm going to play this one to death now that it works because I've spent the past 2 weeks on forums and waiting for...
Yeah. The sunk cost fallacy before you've even played a second is, you spent considerable hours on it. And that's I don't know how... If you're a reader of this podcast, you would have heard Richie complain about a number of games, particularly ports on the PC. And have there been games where you've spent ages and ages and ages making sure it's right, and then like, could be better, and you look up some mods and you look up somebody else, okay, if you do this, maybe I'll upgrade my PC as well, so you start upgrading your PC just to play this one game. And then by the time you get to it, you're so bored of the whole thing that you maybe, play it for 2 hours and like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, definitely. I can't think of any specific examples, but like, there's recent things that I've been playing about with and just like, right, great, I finally got everything working. I don't never need to play this game, like.
Yeah. I could, but, in a pinch if I wanted to. Yeah. I now don't have to go through this again.
There is part of that challenge. I know. I stopped myself installing Fallout London. Which is a massive fan overhaul, and then everyone's like, oh, it's broken because of this, that, and the next thing, and like, you know what, people have been making this for 5 years. I'll wait another year for something stable to come out, or if anything comes out,
Yeah.
I know that I could spend a good Saturday afternoon just sitting, ignoring my actual responsibilities on a weekend, just sitting in front of my computer, getting Fallout working. Like, yeah, brilliant. Look, I've got it launched. There's a London bus. Never play it again. It's not even part of my backloggery or anything like that. It is just straight up, okay, I'll see if I can get it working. Yeah. Which I guess, I don't know, it's a weird game in itself.
What is it?
The game is making it work. It's a weird game in itself.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Just the technical challenge of making.
It's a meta.
Yeah, game X. I wonder if my PC could play this. Yeah.
There was just so much of that sort of stuff, and like when your computer was beginning to, or at least when your PC, how it used to work, when your PC was starting to reach end of life, or your graphics card was at its limit, and then you maybe needed to think about getting a new CPU or something like that. that's when you would start to see games failing, and you would try to do what you could to play this game, and then you would do silly things like you'd play it at shitty, horrible resolution, but still enjoy yourself. like nowadays, half the game is playing it, on these extended 1440 widescreen monitors, and like getting the frame rates up to 60. Otherwise, it's unplayable to your eyes. You know?
Yeah.
But I've gone through a game on, medium graphics setting and had fun and enjoyed it and played it.
Yeah, I just don't have the patience for any of that. But it's nothing to me ruins. Well, when you used to be able to buy PC games in shops, I guess before Steam, just what a anti-boner to, run home with your copy of Diablo in your hands, like, oh, I'm going to play Diablo, I've taken the day off. And then you get home and, 4 hours later.
Yeah, never
4 hours
first day.
later. It's still not really working, and you see there's loads of problems, and there's like queues on an online game, and yeah.
Diablo's the perfect example of that. That, like, what was it, or World of Warcraft when they brought out Classic. It was just like, everybody's ready to play it. Here's the launch date all around the world, and there's like, they've got graphics set up for it. And then you log in, and then there's a queue of 1,295. Approximate login time, 3 hours and 53 minutes. You're like,
just
yay.
horrible.
But I mean, that's a different thing. That is online, and that's capacity and overhype and rubbish, servers and stuff like that. That's a different gripe. But
yeah. I mean, consoles these days, with the possible exception of the Switch, it's the same, right? I've got a new game, brilliant. Download. Okay, hang on, it's scheduled like 8 downloads. Why is that? Oh, because these are all updates and patches and compatibility.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's like 3 hours for all of that to happen, or halfway through it'll go, oh, we don't have enough space, and then just start freeing up space to download something, and then no.
Yeah.
I can turn on my Game Boy, and within 3 seconds, I am playing.
Having fun. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Not making my third coffee whilst I watch a bar, not really do anything, and then, and then like.
That's the best way of putting it. Watching a bar, not really
watching
do
a bar,
anything.
not do anything. I think that is a crime. First of all, that is a crime.
Yes, it really is.
Bar should move at a constant speed.
If it's not a bar, it should be giving you some kind of feedback or information.
Yeah.
Maybe not like in-depth rewriting, this amount to this disc. Just a sort of like, hey, right now, what's happening is we've downloaded the patch, but right now we have to go through the process of updating every single one of these files. It's going to take a while. Say it's something frank. Use the AI to do it.
Yeah. Don't say that. Don't put a bar up
and say it's at 98%, and it has been for the past hour.
Yeah. Or it's taken 10 minutes to get to 10%. That means, in another hour and a half, it will be done. And you come back an hour and a half, and it's at 60%. Well, that's fucking bullshit, isn't it? A lot of games these days, have a quirky little thing, where they will have that text. Like, I'm trying to think of an example. So you'll read a text and it'll be like, putting in question mark blocks, spreading weapons across the level, blah, 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 which is...
It was The Sims that kicked that all off. They had this loading screen at the very, very start, and they had the reticulating splines as the blurb for those kind of silly little loading screen tips and prompts.
Was it reticulating
splines?
Splines.
Yeah.
Okay. That's preferable.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then also, particularly with the latter day consoles, I then get superstitious that I can't do anything else with that console.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And if you do, it's going to slow down the process.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be like the weird hopping around the room, waving branches of birch, and you know, only turning to the left whilst it's loading or something like that. You know, it's just like it is straight up. If you do anything else, you're going to slow that process down, and also if it fucks up for some reason, it won't tell you. So just don't do it. Just leave it.
Yeah. Is that all you do is like nudge the controller every 5 minutes so that the TV wakes up, and so you can see how far you're, non-gradually.
Oh, the bar's still at 98% for the past hour.
Yeah. Okay, great. I mean, I should just do this in sleep mode overnight. Why don't I just do that? Because I've taken the day off and I want to play this game.
Yeah. But yeah, never take the day off for day one gaming at all. That's such a... What's the word? It's a false economy. False economy!
Okay. Sure it is false economy, but fine.
It
That's
is.
funny. It's a false economy.
It's a reticulated spline.
Yeah.
Right, I think we should step aside from the stage that we're on, and we'll go backstage and have a pint. Everyone, have a break. Okay, bye.
I will see you. Bye. Now we're behind the stage. Ooh,
Yeah.
Isn't it spooky? Look, I've got you a mulled wine.
A mulled wine.
Pumpkin
A pumpkin spiced
spice.
mulled wine. I have got you a bag of pumpkin Haribos.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
So listen there.
Yeah.
Hey, listen there.
I'm listening here.
The other day, I
Do
was...
you want to do it in a spooky voice?
the other day,
Ooh.
I was walking around and I saw a circle of gravestones.
I think for the sake of moving this on, you should be a faster ghost, or not do the ghosty thing.
It's a really short story.
Okay.
There was a circle of gravestones.
A circle of gravestones, you say?
And I approached one of the gravestones to read the text.
Which gravestone? No. What did the text say?
Well, as I got closer, as I inched nearer to the gravestone, something popped up from the ground.
You've gone from ghost into sort of very, very creepy sort of voiceover for a horror teen thing. Maybe I'll... What happened when you got up from the ground?
And then out of the ground burst a creature, the gravestone clinging to its head. I cried out into the night, and I said, "Who are you?"
And who was it?
It was a fucking dog!
Okay, we got there. Although, what?
It's that stupid dog from Pokemon. Ghost dog.
Oh, the graveyard.
Grievard.
Graveyard. Okay.
Grievard.
Cool.
They're really annoying in the game because you can't see them. You can see Grievard, but you can't see... No, sorry, the Houndstone is the one with the grave.
Houndstone, yeah.
Grievard is the little candle.
Yes.
And when you're in the snow area, you just can't see it.
Is there not something weird like one part of them pops in before the rest of their body.
Yeah, so it would just be the candle.
Yeah.
So there'd just be like candles everywhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sometimes in circles, but you can't see them. So you just be running around and you'll enter the... Oh, you're in a battle. You're like, what? And then...
Feels like Final Fantasy VII, just running around and then suddenly you're in a battle, yeah.
But at least with Houndstone, you can kind of see the gravestone from a mile off.
Ah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, a nice, creepy Halloween dog story for us all.
It's so weird. All these stories have ended up about dogs.
Yeah, if only there was. Never mind. Let's not make this meta.
Do you want to know some trivia about Houndstone?
Go for it. As long as it's creepy.
Okay. I'm actually on the wrong page.
Okay.
Here we go. Yeah, here I'm getting there.
Good.
Houndstone. May be based on various dogs from Spanish mythology and folklore, such as the Pesanta or the Dip, dog-shaped spirits from Catalan mythology known for draining human vitality. Being described as the most loyal of the dog Pokemon, may also point to the white Cadejo as a possible origin.
I like the fact that it's Spanish in origin, because like genuinely with Pokemon, you're just like, oh, what's this dog gravestone thing? Oh, there's a yokai thing probably, you know.
Yeah, and also like Paldea is sort of based on Spain and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You've got the Spanish world, should we say? Because you've got like the Carnival thing, you've got the Day of the Dead thing.
Yep, yep.
There we go.
Is that all the trivia you have?
It seems to be based on the Iberian Catalan sheepdog, but could also take inspiration from other long-haired dog breeds. Its skeletal appearance and typing may be based on depictions of the undead. Richie, did you get that?
Yeah, I got that one, yeah.
The protrusion on its head... Whoa, listen to this. Weird. Protrusion on its head resembles a headstone. Whoa!
Oh my god. Now it all makes sense. Now it all makes sense.
Whilst the raised portion of its body resembles a tumulus.
Tumulus?
A mound of earth.
A tumulus? I've never used that word.
If you imagine like a cartoon grave with a, you know...
Yeah, exactly.
It's a tumulus.
A tumulus.
Every day's a school day, eh?
Yeah, it is. It's a word. It's a good word to learn on Halloween.
Yeah, there we go, folks. Tumulus.
Yeah. If you can take anything from this podcast, if you manage to make it this far into this podcast.
Yeah.
Tumulus.
Yeah. Remember what they say, kids. Don't piss on a tumulus.
Do they say that?
They do now.
Okay, cool. Right, Farley.
Yeah.
Tell me... Yeah, let's go back to the... We're back in the theatre, whatever. Speaking to each other.
Wherever we're supposed to be. Yeah.
Whatever the concept is that doesn't work. That's gonna die with season 5.
It's growing on me.
Is it? It can grow on you and then we'll change it. What was I going to say? So you tell me one of your real life fears.
My real life fear is created from gaming. A classic one, is when you are playing a game and it's not particularly linear and you've got like branching pathways.
Yeah.
And you go down one branch and it seems to lead to like another branch or another area or you know, it's not a dead end. And you're like, I think this is progress. and you know that there was another branch off to the right. Yeah, should I go back? I should go back because I might not.
Just in case. There
yeah,
might be an
I might-
item.
yeah,
Materia.
I might never come this way, and normally that would be fine. Although I think younger gamers have no appreciation for this because they all are used to sandbox games, right? Non-linear games. There are a handful of games which did a thing where like, oh, here's a chest on this boat. Fine, I'll come back and get the chest. Or, you know, you go too far and you hit the story and the story triggers a boss battle. And actually the boss battle, the culmination of the boss battle is that it sinks the submarine that you're on and you can never go back to that chest. That chest is gone. You can't backtrack. You can't cycle back to it. It's gone, buried, destroyed, and you've missed out.
So, I'm actually going to recite a story from Doppelganger. And it's the game's Secret of Mana.
Oh, yeah?
I always thought, I wouldn't mind playing it as part of that sort of Japanese RPG, blah, blah, blah. And I had played it, but he told me a heartbreaking story about there is a collectible. There's like 50 of them in the game. Once you get all 50, you get something. But there are missable ones. There's a section on a flying ship, and you have to get one of those items that's hidden in a ship.
Yeah. And
once the ship's gone, there's just no way to get it.
Yeah.
And of course, there's no going back in your save files either.
Oh, no.
It's just straight up gone.
Yep.
I hate stuff like that.
That
That is genuinely heartbreaking. It's very, very similar to the Final Fantasy X-2 Moogle sphere, where you have to do a certain number of things throughout the game, and the only time you find out if you've done them is at the end of the game.
The one that makes me really unhappy to play Final Fantasy VII is the enemy skill materia.
Yeah.
So if you have the enemy skill materia on, there are certain attacks which certain enemies do that if you get hit with it when you have the enemy skill materia, you can then cast it as part of the enemy skill materia from forever on. And there's one or two of those where you have really limited places to get them in the story. And if you don't, you'll always just have be scrolling down enemy skill and there'll be one missing.
And you had that the ability to collect enemy skill spheres later on, but you had to use those skills on your party to fill out the enemy skill materia for those later ones as well.
Yeah. Because you can't. Yeah.
And because it doesn't have stars, you can't duplicate it. So there is only like 4 enemy skill materias, and that's it in the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's not
man.
nothing good. It's nothing good, right? There's some things which are okay, but that game is completely beatable without having enemy skill material. In fact, I doubt anyone who's beaten Ruby Weapon has enemy skill equipped on their materia slot. You absolutely don't need it. But when I pick it up and start to play, I was like, oh god, where's that thing where you've only got like 2 chances to get it? And then I just have anxiety over my entire playthrough because I might miss that, and I might miss. Do you remember like Aerith's best weapon?
Yeah.
That's like somewhere that you might not necessarily go to get it. And it gives me great anxiety.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you want to 100% it. That's the thing. Everybody wants to 100% it. You should be able to 100% it in one playthrough. That's the thing. Like, even if it means doing something awkward, or at end game you have to, do this to make a certain enemy reappear, there should be an ability to do 100% of the game. You know?
This is where achievements get me, because I'll look at the achievement list and I'm like, oh, here's there's an achievement for scanning the 30 hidden handprints, and there's achievement for scanning all the enemy types, and there's an achievement for doing it on hardcore, and there's achievement for doing it without saving. I'm like, I could do all 4 of those in a month.
Oh no!
And so not
Just
only
make one achievement 4 times harder.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Arguably spend longer trying to do it because you fuck up, or you die, or there'll be an achievement for like not using health items or whatever. Probably take you longer than if you just did 2.
Yeah.
Just do a ploddy, slow playthrough that does all the doc files and the scanning and the handprints and whatever. And don't be staring down the fucking final boss on hardcore and you're trying to scan it.
Yeah.
Beating the shit out of you and then getting really frustrated because you've not optimized the playthrough at all.
Yeah.
That kills me, because then otherwise I have to play this all the way through again.
Yeah. And
I've got so many games on my backlog. I don't want to waste time playing this game that I really enjoyed twice or 3 times.
Yeah. You just have to let certain things go. Although, the worst part is, there are guides that for stuff like that and how to do, especially when they are like storyline objectives or hidden plot lines and things like that.
But then I think that enters the dark world of you
scumming and things like
are watching a video of a game that you are playing, and you're playing it very slowly because you have to keep pausing the game and unpausing the video and then pausing the video
to read a game FAQ's text file.
Yeah. And you think, is this, yes, okay, I don't have to play the game 3 times, but is this good?
Is this fun? Yeah.
Is this fun?
Should I just spend the 3 seconds it takes to load up the DS and have fun on that?
If I could astrally project for a second and I, looked through the living room window and watched me doing this, would I be happy with the direction my life's taking?
As your life is flashing before your eyes.
Yeah. There's
Right,
very
those
very
final
little
moments.
there's very I think I've said this before, but I think when your life flashes before your eyes, when you die, it is proportional to like how you've lived your life. So it's not like a greatest hits. It's you spent whatever percentage of your life on the toilet. So like you being on the toilet is definitely going to have enough frames for you to see it when your life's flashing before your eyes, and then the rest is going to a big chunk of mine is going to be
text files.
Looking at text files and we're looking at YouTube, watching a YouTube video whilst I'm playing a game, because that ends up with more frames than most other activity in terms of frequency of having done it.
Yep.
Yeah, and it makes me sad, but there's something inside which if I was like, do you know what? Let's just play it and have fun. Play it and have fun.
But you can't have fun because you got such hardcore FOMO. It's the Dragon Age games. I know there's one that's coming out just round the corner, but all of those Dragon Age games I played entirely by making sure that I could romance every character or know where the save point was so that I could go back and I could do XYZ to get 1,000 achievement points in that game.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there are missable things, especially when you've got that bullshit character stuff going on, you know what I mean? Like, where you have character interactions with your party members and stuff.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, you say one thing, but that pisses off someone else, or that sort of stuff, and you're just like, right, okay, how do I make everybody happy and get all of the achievement points? Okay, I need to save here so that I can do the arsehole playthrough so I can piss everyone off.
Yeah,
but I'm not saved. It's not canon. It's not canon. It's just
just the Chivos.
Just for the Chivos.
Yeah. just the achievements, and then I bring it back. We had this when we had like a Baldur's Gate 3 party,
yeah.
I guess. And there were two of my friends who've had several playthroughs, and so when we were choosing characters, they were like, "Oh, make sure you choose this religion and this because there'll be loads of like extra bits with Shadowheart or whatever." And I was like, "Well, okay, well then I just can't play this game anymore." Oh, I played it for the party, but then like, well, I'm not interested in picking this up because if on character creation there are like better options for unlocking story mode.
There isn't, like, if you chose that religion, that means you've chosen a cleric. Yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah, but it's if you choose a specific god.
Yeah.
Then
Because
like
she's all into. But Shadowheart can go two ways. So if you choose a cleric that's for the evil bad religion, then she'll stay evil and bad. Or if you choose a cleric that goes with the good religion, you get the good side and you can convert her. But also you can do all of that stuff. You just get extra scenes as your character. Well, bear in mind that if you just choose a bard, you're going to get more options than everyone else in the game. Or if you choose a paladin, you'll only ever be able to see the unbroken secret character. Or no, Oathbreaker secret character. There's so much in that game that like it is pointless on the front end screen to be choosing. Just choose what you want. You will see the game. Nobody's going to have the same playthrough as you. Nobody's going to have 100% seen absolutely everything in the game. Or there probably are, but again, that's thousands of hours that somebody's put into that. I mean, I've put in 100 hours into that game, and I'm not even slightly near the end of it. And it's because I'm like covering the map, having too much fun. But again, like I didn't. I suppose, and again, that's just shows you I've had fun with that game, and I'm not even caring about the achievements. I haven't even looked at them. I'm just playing it. I went a bard because I thought playing a bard would be fun, and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you rationalize that, but not?
I don't know. See, this is what feels weird about this whole thing.
It gets to a point where if something's too big or mental, I'm like, okay, fine. I give up. Like, there's something freeing about. Okay, that's insane. Like, with Nier, having it, you play it and then you play it again and then you play it again and then choices that you made 3 games ago change the ending and then and there's however many different endings, but you have to just keep playing and playing and playing and playing. For me, that's big enough to be like, oh, okay, I can just relax because I know I'm definitely not doing all of that.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do any of it. I can just naively play the game and experience it as you would, without trying to make sure I see everything or min-max or anything at all. But when it's achievable, there's a fucking frustrating game called Call of Cthulhu. Like it's a fun game.
And Halloweeny.
And Halloweeny. But there's a achievement for getting one of 3 endings. And I was playing Call of Cthulhu on the PlayStation like years after it first came out, and how you get that ending is one of those things where like the internet doesn't really know. So
brilliant.
You'll see there's forum after forum of like, okay, here's what I did in my playthrough. I kissed the girl, I tickled the dog, I pulled the chair away, and I told Cthulhu to go fuck themselves, and I slept every night that I could, and I got it. And then somebody else would be like, I just played the game, I've done all of that, I didn't get it. Somebody else would be like, oh, weird, I got it my first playthrough and I didn't really do anything particular. And so I'd finished the game and I just had this one achievement, right? So the bar's at like 97%. I'm like, okay, come on, let's try and do it. And then was following a guide, finished the game, didn't come up with the option for the secret ending. I was like, oh, fuck, okay. And you can't. I don't think it's a game where you particularly save scum, or because you don't know where the mistake is. Okay, I'll do it again, and I'll pay real attention.
That feels identical to the Moogle suit, and it's like
play it again, and this time you're playing it really quickly because you're hammering the button right, you're skipping all kind of cutscenes. You know exactly in the boss fight. It's like, okay, yeah, I just bear left. He runs that way. I hit him twice. Run around the corner, hit him again because I just want to do it quickly. And you play it again, and then and I still haven't got it. And every now and then, like, oh, maybe I should do it. And I have a look at the forums, and nobody's still worked out like
brilliant.
What exactly nudges the madness meters and the whatever meters and the faction meters to guarantee you having the option of that ending at the end.
Brilliant.
What are you saying about the Moogle thingies?
No, it's exactly the same feeling. It's like, because there's no clear gauge, the things that you have to do through Final Fantasy X to get the Moogle suit, like, you have to play through, there's like mini games-ish things, and there's story events, and you have to have done certain things, but there's no gauge. There's nothing to say that you successfully did this. You just have to find out at the end if you did it or not, and basically that will be, at the end, you've been awarded the Moogle suit. So and of course I've played through it on the original PS2, and I thought I did everything, and I was just heartbroken when I got to the end of the game and I didn't have the Moogle suit.
You kind of like, you watch the final cutscene, and you're like, do you know what? I'll sit through the credits. Also, that's another fear, skipping the credits.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that means you skip the results screen, or you skip the whatever, and say, okay, I'm gonna watch. First time through, I'm gonna watch the credits, and then you watch it, and then you wait for that new game plus unlocked or whatever. And maybe it's in the box when I start up again, and so you start up again, skip through the opening cutscene, skip through the first 5 minutes, run to your chest.
There's no infinite rocket launcher. No.
Fuck. I remember feeling that when it's a very cheap thing, but when you have something you have to collect an insane number of, so like the Spirit Tomb spirits, or
the pigeons.
Yeah, the pigeons and that. And you're like, oh, what's that? You do one, and a Chivo pops, so you get a message saying, oh, shoot all the pigeons. You go, okay, I'll do that. And then you think, okay, just leave it for now, because otherwise I'll forget all of it. And then you kind of see another one, oh, it's here now, and would I ever come back here? No, probably not. So you do that one. And then and then you're like, okay, I'm not
then
too sure.
Then it's an end game. You've got the guide in front of you.
Got the guide in front of you. And you're like, okay, I think, particularly if there's no like obvious meter or counter, you're like, okay, I think this is the last one, right? You've done like 40 and you've checked some positions, and then because you've already collected some, you go to like, and if you're watching,
you go to all 40 spots. But
yeah,
maybe there's
some
one or
some
two.
of the descriptions are like really vague.
Yeah.
And so you're not entirely sure you're in the right place. And you go, do I remember? Yeah, no.
Yeah, I
I
must have
remember.
Done this one. Must have
yeah,
done this one.
I think I did this one. Go to the one that's number 100 of 100 and pick it up, and nothing happens. You're like, fuck. Fuck.
Yep. No, I know that feeling, and then you're just like, right, okay, I have to go all the way back to the start
all again.
Right,
like,
put all 40 of the locations into a spreadsheet, and we need to 100% be sure every single one of them,
But what you didn't do the second time you're doing it was write down the ones you collected the second time, right? Because you're like, this is the one. So I'm just going to do it. And then when you're doing it the third time, you're like, I remember
now
doing
I have to write it.
I remember doing it from that walkthrough, right? I definitely did this from the walkthrough.
Doesn't matter. I'm still walking to that place because I need to double check it.
It's the most galling thing.
Yeah.
but it's really hard. It's really hard to resist. Like, I'm here now. It's there. I'll just get it now. I won't ever come back here again. I'll get it now.
Because you don't know. And it's a problem for future Farley, not for current playing the game Farley.
Yeah, or what if, like the flying ship in the Doppelganger's game, or
yeah, exactly.
The submarine.
What if that's the only pigeon you can shoot?
Yeah.
That is like the hidden pigeon.
Yeah, because actually the nuke, later on the nuke destroys that entire island, so
Yeah.
you can only get that pigeon in the first half of the game.
And there's shit like that. It's not an unfounded fear.
Exactly. If it's happened to you just once, that's it. You're fucked. Like it's like the items in trash cans in Pokemon, right?
Yes.
It's like, oh, what burst into somebody's house, talk to them, rummage through their cupboards, rummage through their bookcase. I wonder if there's anything in the trash can. Yes, there's something in the trash can. That's it. Every trash can you ever see again in any Pokemon game, you're gonna have to have a look into.
Yeah, and you do, and there's maybe 2 items in the entire game which are in trash cans.
Yeah.
And you see that text. Nothing here but some trash.
Yeah.
400 times.
1,000 times. That is definitely like 2 frames of my life flashing before my eyes. Is checking trash cans in Pokemon games.
Nothing here but trash.
Yeah, nothing here but trash. Just over and over again.
Just splatters. Like, yeah, no, never mind. That was vignettes of. Anyway, right. I've got a couple that I'm gonna just rattle through because we are reaching the end of this. Yep. One of my fears, and I think this is a very founded one, is loading screens.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly ones that take a little bit too long, or indeed just don't do anything. So there was a time. It was not a pleasant time where loading screens didn't always have animations.
Mm-hmm.
So you would just be sitting there looking at a loading screen, looking at that bar going to 98%, much in the same way, and just sitting there for a long, long time, and maybe not realizing that it's crashed.
Particularly if the animations like a. Do you remember on the PlayStation? Some of them was like spinning discs.
Yeah.
But there was like enough memory that it could spin that disc forever.
Yeah.
And also have crashed. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. So you've still got something going on.
Yeah. But then, yeah, because then it made me feel a little bit like, oh, thinking about it. Because then you're like, oh, it's crashed. Fuck, when did I last save? You think, oh, but if it hasn't crashed, I'm going to fuck it up by turning it off.
Yeah,
whilst
it
it's
might
loading,
be currently
right?
saving. Oh,
every game you've ever played is like, do not turn this off whilst blah, 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 blah. Yeah. This is one of those times. And then you wait for a bit more. Okay, no, this is insanely long. This game cannot have this long a loading bar.
Just as you have pressed the power button,
something
comes up. No!
No! And then you have to kind of use your foot to get the joypad whilst your fingers still keeping pressure on the button down to try and save before you release it. Yeah.
But yeah, I had, I think the very first instance of that kind of loading screen fear was in the Commodore 64. I mean, it was already dodgy as hell trying to get games running. But there were games, specifically New Zealand Story, one of your favourites. When it was moving to a new level, you had to press play on the control pad, the tape. So you would load in the next level. So you would play level 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, and then you go on to, level 2 after the boss character sort of thing.
Yeah, after the whale.
Yeah. So after the whale, and then you press play on the tape, and it starts that whole. Do you remember the animated screens for loading on the Commodore 64? It's basically lots of colours.
Oh yeah.
Lines. flashing on the screen, and that would happen regardless. It didn't give you any progress or anything like that. That flashing sign was the same as that spinning disc that you were just talking about, the one that's animated but nothing's happening. And yeah, just to this day, never really seen past the whale because on New Zealand Story it just got to that point. Pressed play on the tape. I waited about, I think, roughly 60 minutes until it got to the end of the tape.
Yeah, okay, that's not loading.
Yeah, sad.
That is sad.
And so ever since then, it's instilled the fear of loading screens in me.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite founded.
Yeah, it's quite founded. You don't see them that often these days. You know, they're either covered up by some piece of gameplay or something else. Yeah, you don't often just brutally boot it out and wait for a loading screen.
Yeah.
Happens around them. I've got another quick one. One thing that just gives me the fear, a sad fear, is when you're playing something like a platformer, but either the screen is scrolling along or lava is chasing you, and you're running down, and you know, in most platforms you have like collect the 3 red coins as well as the 2 golden coconuts and and there's like an item in one of those levels. So you're running away from the lava, like this is fine, quite far away, and then you see that it's, you know, on a little ledge, which if you're playing it right, you have just enough time to stop, jump up, go backwards, get the golden coconut, and then get back down to get away from the lava. And then I just become compelled to, like, well, I have to do it, right? And if you miss it, like, okay, I'm going to die because I'm going to have to get it. And you have to do the whole level over again. You have to collect the first 2 golden coconuts, and then you have to like do this little diversion to get the 3rd one. And it just drives me nuts.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Any time there's like that time pressure, because you know, if you miss it, then you're gonna have to replay the entire level anyway. So if you get it the first time you play it, then that's fine. That's optimal. But then you start hitting the curve of you restart the level. First time you play the level, you get really far, you die, and then you start to get really shit, and then you can't do the first enemy.
Yeah.
And then
That's what's the word for that? We came up with a word for it.
I think it's like first Goomba syndrome.
Yeah, that's a good one for it. That's good.
That first Goomba. Yeah.
I suppose, and yeah, I've got one last one, which is just games that shipped with bugs. Yeah, because that was a thing. These bugs can be game breaking.
Yeah. And sometimes really weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you put on this hat before you talk to this guy, and he gives you this, that will corrupt your save. Or like, he won't appear, and so you can't do the next chapter.
If you stand in Paris and save.
If you save in Lumio City, it will corrupt your save. I still don't. I still have never saved in Lumio City, even though it's supposedly fixed.
I had already saved before the point where you said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think the one that I had which stopped me playing the game was Breath of Fire 2.
Mm-hmm.
There was, in order to progress with the game, you had to catch up to another character, which was like popping up and around at random, kind of like the legendary dogs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but just couldn't. absolutely couldn't. Looking at all the guides and like, just go here and you're fine. Like, I couldn't. Something had gone wrong with the game, so I struggled with that because I really enjoyed Breath of Fire 2 as a game. Yeah.
And now it's super broken. I mean, that's what put me off. Oh my god, what's that survival game underwater?
Subnautica.
Yeah, Subnautica. That's what put me off Subnautica, is because when I reloaded my game once, like, just 25% of my stuff was just missing. Like,
That's horrible.
Like, windows would just be missing, items would be missing from the cupboard. And I was like, I can't. Like, okay, maybe it'd be fun to kind of recollect and do everything, but now I just don't trust it anymore. What if that just happens again?
Yeah.
There's
no faith in
that's
that.
it. Uninstalled it.
Quite right. No, that stuff's unforgivable.
Unforgivable. Anyway, on that note, Richie, there's one thing left to say.
That spooky guy's a spooky maniac.
Boo, why'd he skull me?
Skill you.